You're listening to That Home Loan Hub. I'm Zibuni Salimova, here to make home loans and property investing simple, smart and stress-free. Let's get you closer to your property dreams. Kia ora and welcome to another episode of That Home Loan Hub. I'm Zibuni Salimova, mortgage advisor, mum of 4 and someone who's walked the home ownership journey with hundreds of Kiwis just like you. Today, I want to bust a myth that holds so many people back. I need 20% deposit to buy a home. Not true. Let's talk about low deposit home loans, what your real options are, and how to make them work for you. What is a low deposit loan? A low deposit loan means you're buying a home with less than 20% deposit. Traditionally, banks wanted buyers to have 20% saved. That's $120,000 for a $600,000 home, which can feel impossible for many first-home buyers. But in New Zealand, there are actually pathways to buy with as little as 5 to 10% deposit. Let me break it down to you how. Kāinga Ora's first home loan scheme. If you've never heard of it, tune in closely. Kāinga Ora offers something called a first home loan, where pre-approved lenders allow you to buy with just 5% deposit. The catch? There are income caps and sometimes property value caps, and you must meet certain eligibility criteria. So as of now, your household income must be under $150,000 combined or $90,000 for an individual. You must live in a home, so no rentals, and you can't already own a property. If you qualify, this is a fantastic starting point, and I help clients access this all the time. Banks that loan with less than 20% deposit. Now, many major banks will still consider applications with 10% deposit, but there are a few things to know. You will likely need to pay lender mortgage insurance, so low equity premium. Interest rates might be slightly higher. The banks will look harder at your income, debts, and spending habits. So it's doable, but you'll need a clean, strong application. This is where having a mortgage advisor really helps. And there is one currently a major bank that offers a loan with as little as 5% deposit. Now, non-bank and second-tier lenders, if you don't qualify through Kāinga Ora or the bank says no, there is still hope. Non-bank lenders, also known as second-tier lenders, are more flexible on things like credit history, income type, and deposit size. Yes, interest rates can be higher, but often this is a short-term strategy to get you into the market. You can refinance later once you've built some equity. And what's the catch, you'd say? So let's be honest. Buying with a low deposit has some risks. Higher repayments due to a bigger mortgage. Less buffer if the market dips and you have to sell. Extra fees or premiums or margins. But the upside, you get into the market sooner. You stop paying rent and you start building wealth through home ownership. The key is being financially prepared and having a clear plan. I've got a case study for you here. Let's have a look at a client story from 8% deposit to a first home. I had a single mom come to me with an 8% deposit. The banks weren't interested. She had a good job, but they didn't like her short work history. We worked with a non-bank lender, tidied up her budget, and within 3 months, she was holding the keys to her own home and live in. 6 months later, we managed to refinance her with a mainstream bank at a better rate. And that's the kind of journey a low deposit can start if you know your options. So I've got some tips for you as well today, tips for making it work. Start budgeting early. Banks love to see consistent saving. Clean up your credit. Even small defaults can affect approvals. Talk to an advisor early, even if you think you're not ready, especially if you think you're not ready. And then consider location flexibly. Look beyond your dream suburb to get started. Because remember, your first home is not your forever home. And my final thoughts for you today, don't let the 20% deposit myth hold you back. Yes, it's ideal, but it's not the only way. With good advice, realistic planning, and the right lender, you can buy with less. And I'd love to help you figure out what's possible for your situation. That's all for today on That Home Loan Hub. If you found this episode helpful, share it with a friend, leave a review, or reach out for a chat. I'm always here to support your home ownership journey. Until next time, stay hopeful, stay prepared, and don't stop dreaming. And that's a wrap on That Home Loan Hub. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join me next time for more property tips and tricks. Your next smart move starts here.